Okay, so today I'm going to make biscuits and we're going to cook them on the wood stove. I'm going to make them up here in the kitchen and then put them in the old cast iron pan that was my grandmother's and take them down there and put them on the wood stove and cook them. And this is only half a recipe because that pan's not exactly big enough to hold all of them, so I'm going to try to cook like 5 or 6 of them, and then we're going to have them for lunch down around the wood stove. And this is Tipper's recipe for the biscuits. It's just flour and cream. And I don't measure nothing, I just eyeball it as usual. Tends to take quite a bit of cream, and I just keep putting it in there until it gets wet enough to suit me. I think that'll do. Alright, now it's just a matter of kneading it out and rolling it out and cutting them out. I don't use a rolling pin or nothing, I just pat them out in my hands. I've got the bottom of this pan greased with butter so they don't stick. And right there's what they look like in the bottom of the pan. We'll put a lid on it and put them on the wood stove and see if we can get them cooked up. Alright, I've put my grill top off of my little hibachi grill on top of the wood stove, and that way it gives it just a little bit of indirect heat and it don't burn the bottom. And we're going to see how this works.
Matt made us some biscuits on the wood stove for dinner, so we're all getting to eat together. We just took over Katie's shop. But since she's getting a biscuit, she's probably okay with it.
Thank you. Yes.
I had some of our blackberry jelly from not last year, but the year before. But I had some chocolate gravy that my friend Ginger made me a jar of chocolate gravy for Christmas, so that's what I'm eating. How's the jelly?
Good.
The rest of you?
It's really good. It's really good. Yes, it is.
We moved away from the stove, not for me, because I'm kind of cold, but Matt was burning up. You found out what it's like the old ladies that had to cook over them every day.
They're tougher than I am.
Yeah, it's kind of hot over there.
We didn't get any snow, like I've been saying. I'm sad about the snow, but the cold weather has finally made it here. So since we got up this morning, it's got colder as the days went by.
Temperature definitely has dropped.
The wind's howling, it's cold. I'm gonna get real cold tonight.
It's very toasty in this basement.
The biscuits turned out good.
They're really good. Now that you're all down here, it's a good time to wrap you into my sweatshop.
Katie may put us to work, huh? Is that the price of sitting in your shop?
Yeah. Now you have to pay me by working.
I would, but I'm no good with my hands.
Please. I'm a production line. Someone can hand me the beads. Someone can bend the wires. Somebody can put ear wires on them. I want to do the beads. You can do the beads and somebody can polish them.
Well, that was real good, but it didn't last long.
We brought some grapes. Grapes ain't gonna fill you
Look,
up
hand me them
either.
grapes. I'll eat one.
Matt needs some meat.
Katie, you want
That's the
some?
bad thing about that little pot. It wouldn't hold.
Hold as much.
It wouldn't hold enough. I'd like to eat 4 or 5 of them.
Thank you.
Katie don't ask us to help her much, but every once in a while she does get us to hammer or hold one or the other.
I need another set of hands.
Not very often. Just once every great while.
If I get a hammer handpiece from a flex shaft, nobody will ever have to do it again.
Cool.
Maybe I'll get around to that at some point. It'll be easy enough to order the handpiece, but you always got to do all this research because it's never just that. It's got to work with a certain motor, and it won't work with that one.
Okay.
That one goes too fast. That one will go up to 18,000 RPMs.
Oh, you gotta have a slower one.
It can only work up to 5,000 RPMs because it's a reciprocating tool, not a rotary tool.
Right.
But don't they just make a separate piece that will go with that one? They do make a gauge control. I would hook up to that with a dial, and I would set the dial so that that thing can only rev up to 5,000. But then when I need to use it for everything else, then I'd have to unhook that, and that's just irritating.
Be switching it in and out all the time. Just get you another whole new unit.
I think I'm going to get a whole new flex shaft with a LX motor instead of RS motor.
Then you
Low
wouldn't have
torque.
to switch out.
Well, high torque, but low speed. I could keep the handpiece in it and just use the hammer handpiece in it.
You don't have to ask us to hammer very often, but would it also help you just on a daily basis what you're doing?
Oh yeah, because I won't just use it for that.
Oh, you use it for other stuff.
I mean, I can use it for stone setting, but you can do all kinds of fun stuff with it.
Can you do they make other bits for it that you could like texture metal and stuff with?
They call them anvil points. They make like 6 anvil points. So one is like a pave point, really little and pinpointed and sharp. That's probably what you'd want to use to set some of the smaller stuff. But you can texture metal with any of that.
Cool.
And you can put it in pretty tight places. So like if you already have a stone set and are like, oh man, I didn't get enough texture in that corner, you could fix that because you can't do it with a hammer.
Right.
Hammer won't fit in there.
Cool.
Maybe I'll get around to that.
Well,
I'll need you to put me another hook so I can hang another flex shaft and another motor there.
I can do that.
it'd be good. Sounds like it'd make you more efficient.
I think it would. It'd just be a little bit of finagling. I'll have to cut a bigger hole in the back of that bench to feed another cord through and put another pedal in the floor. Make sure I using the right pedal. Why is this not working?
You're on the wrong pedal.
Wrong pedal.
Oh, goodness. Well, that was really good. Really nice. I've got a lot of cookbooks to go ship. Go out into the cold, take them to the post office. Thank you to everybody. Seems like we've had a flurry of book sales. Thank you very much for that. And I was thinking about what the recipes, I don't remember if blackberry jelly's in there or not. It may be, but Biscuits recipe's definitely in there. And chocolate gravy, not the chocolate gravy that Ginger makes. It's funny, there's two different, chocolate gravy is like a traditional dish in Appalachia, but there's there's several different recipes, but basically two different, I think of it as types. The one I grew up on, Granny made, is more like not as sweet, but it is chocolate, it is sweet, but more like a thick, just like think of sausage gravy or something, but with chocolate. And then Ginger's, and a lot of people make it like that, is more of, you think of the topping that goes on ice cream and things like that. It's also really, really good though. Anyway, we're always glad when you stop by to help us celebrate Appalachia. It's really just a fun little thing for us to do today, and tasty, that Matt made the biscuits on the wood stove. And of course we always like spending time together as a family and spending time with you.